How's it going, everybody? Welcome back again here into my single player survival world, and of course into our dock area project, which is currently on a little bit of a standby while we build our very first base in this world, and then we're going to be coming back to this in a very short period of time. But that was just the point of where we're at and where we're going to be, because right now this is irrelevant. This is what is relevant in front of us here right now, because I've got a little bit of stuff which we got to be doing today, and it's going to be changing this whole thing completely. This literally changes everything in here, and I'll tell you, it's going to look good, because I've done a little bit of testing, a little bit of playing around with ideas and creative, and I think we've got a good design for our base. So if you didn't catch up with our last part of the base, a little bit of a rundown. We've got two levels. This level here, we are going to come in. It's going to be my future plan. Hold up 1 second. I'll let you in on the secret. We're going to be walking down here through a secret door, walk into here. By the way, that secret door is going to be super secret. You wouldn't even know there's a base in here from the dock area, because this base is meant to be separate from the overall theme of the world. It's meant to be a Minecraft base versus a fake world in Minecraft, which is what we got on the outside. So I think it's easier if I just step back and walk forward. So we walk in. Ah, what a lovely base. You've got a great idea for the roof there, Jansey. Good job. Coming up, of course. And as we walk over here, we will have some barrels of storage. Same over there. So we've got each of these wings, which have got storage. We'll be able to walk into this front area here, which will have all of the stuff that you need for survival. You know, well, now a lot of things actually, more than what you would expect. Your enchantment table, your grindstone, your anvil, all that sort of nonsense will be in here. And I've also got a plan for a potential, maybe a nether portal as well. I thought about that, but a potential other way of transport, which could have a station in here. We could do a full-on rail station. I think that would be pretty cool, but that's for future me to worry about. For current me, we have got to worry about this. So we come down here, and this is kind of like the machine room, which it actually is, because it's got the only machine-like blocks in the game. And we're going to come down here, pop in our ore, let all of our gold ore smelt up there, let all of our baked potatoes bake in there, and that's going to be completely automated. So that's future me again that has to worry about that, but basically we'll have a few little control panels where we can do some cool things, push some buttons and make us feel like redstone geniuses. That's the real reason we're doing it, just to boost our redstone ego up a little bit, you know? Today is definitely not the redstone stuff. Today is going to be get the base into a place that looks good and I can feel a little bit more homely in, because right now it's not feeling very homely. So I've got some plans, and there's a few little different things that I want to do, because I've been having a look at these barrel blocks. I think it's no secret that they are the best block in the game ever, and I think they're super cool. But what I've noticed is they always have a very repetitive little bit of textures. Oops, I need to, you know what? We need a crafting table in there. I'm not going to make one because, well, hypocritical and all that, but apparently, yeah, there we go. We've got one right here. I'll actually just put it in. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit right in. Let's be super smart. Right in there. All right, that was embarrassing. There we go. Right there. All right, so let's put in the barrels. We never have enough barrels, but that's all right. You can never have enough. It's true. What is that really how much I had? Okay, don't worry about it. We'll come back for more later. This is just for me to show you. So I was about to say, barrels tend to have a very repetitive pattern. There's no way to get this little dot over to that side as far as I'm aware. I might just be placing them wrong. But I did a little bit of messing around with it, because as I say, I want this to look good, and what I did the messing around with actually requires me to break this wall out, and I think it's pretty obvious where I'm going with this now, is to break up the barrels looking very similar the whole way. We got to shift, go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job, and there we go. So this is what I'm thinking will break it up a bit more, is to make these little pieces here where it breaks up the levels. It looks like you've got some cupboards over there, but then of course we'll do another layer of these and it'll just break it up a little bit, because it still works. How great is that? You could even put something in front of that block over right there. And that was the second one. Still opens. These blocks are absolutely awesome. So I'm very happy with that. Let me also be smart and put that there before I get destroyed by some zombies and skellies. But that's my thought with these. And what I'll do, because of course the sun is going down, it's getting a little bit dark out, I'm going to put in all of these. And then of course we'll be at the stage where we can start getting this place to be respectable, which has been pretty much the whole idea of this episode. Get this thing looking good. Today I learned that apparently smooth sandstone cannot be made. Is this smooth sandstone? I think it's smooth sandstone right there. Can't be made in a blast furnace. And that blew my mind because I thought that it would be the case. I just assumed that was the upgraded version of the furnace, but turns out you need the furnace. And I did have a data pack in for this before 1.14 came in, so maybe that's messing with it, but I thought I removed that, but it's all right. Either way, we got our smooth sandstone coming out and we need it for our next little piece. But it's also not the most important thing, so it's not a big worry. So here we go. This is going to be the transformation of this room. This is going to be like a reality TV show where we come in and transform your own storage room. It's going to be amazing. Your super simple, super basic Minecraft base is going to look semi above average. That's pretty much our goal, all right? So what we're going to do, we're going to strip all of these and make this look beautiful. And then I've got my grand master plan, which is going to be to make the area inside here feel like I want it to feel like it's still a good old Minecraft base. Don't tell me the sun's going down. Are you serious? I've just started doing this stuff. It's so inconvenient. All right. So where I was going to tell you that we're going to be doing this cool dome, which I want it to feel like a Minecraft base still, but have its own little bit of a pretty flair to it. So it's going to have tree-like leaves coming off. I guess that's the real leaves we're looking for, but it's going to look like it's got a tree inside of it, which is going to be covering the pretty basic look of the roof. And it's more of just a sneaky thing for the future. But in here, my solution to getting these wings to work quite well is to make a little bit of an arch over here, which is going to separate the room over here from this, even though it's going to be a big open archway. And it's also going to have a window in here, which is going to be doing two cool things. And this is what I was actually really excited for, because we're actually going to be saving some of the smooth sandstone, which is great. And also we will be putting in the lighting solution for this place. So if we go one there, go up to, actually, I removed those for a reason, but that's all right. We'll do it again. So if we put these in here, there's a little secret that I think I'm gonna let you guys in on. This is one it's probably nothing extreme, but it's something that blew my mind when I was doing it ages ago. I can't remember what I did it for, but it really worked so well for it, and it's gonna work super well for this. In fact, I'm gonna use this probably in a lot more builds that don't require me to build something inside. So this over here, these two blocks right there being the, what are they, sea lantern blocks. Look at them when you put them in with those to make windows. How good does that look? It looks like just a window with white, I guess, just white stuff in the background. And basically the idea is it just looks like a house that's got its lights on. You can't quite see inside of it. It's sort of like the, I don't even know if this is actually how they were, but the cartoons when I used to watch as a kid, when you used to watch like, I think like 101 Dalmatians and stuff like that, just cartoons in general, right? They used to always have the buildings at night that you would see the lights coming through, but you couldn't see things happening in the background. That's the idea I get from these. So that's my logic behind it, and I'm gonna stick with it, but right around there, look at that, looking good. So that there is the sort of base idea of it. Then what I want to do is I want to make the archway, which we'll put against here because it's going to be over there and it's also going to be over here. Oh, this water, this water, I jump over it all the time. I just stand there and it just bounces me. And I feel like, wait, my keyboard's playing up. It's just me. It's just me. It's not the keyboard. So what I'm thinking, we do something like that. I might be one block too low to begin with, but we'll figure that out very quickly. There. Oh, no, that's wrong. By a fair margin right there. Yeah, there we go. We might actually, you know what? Yeah, I am too low. I need to go one more higher, and there's a bit of a reason for this. When we put this one higher, if it's on this side as well, it won't block our view from these. You see, we can still get that one, whereas if it was there, we couldn't get the top one from here. So that is good logic there, right there. So we'll put these in, and we'll go again there, and up there, and here, and there. What that's going to do is that's going to offer us a nice little piece to break up the rest of it. So we go up here again. So the correct height, I hope so. And then we go there, 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 and put the rest of these in. Super simple. And that over there is going to break up each wing. So if you have a look, we walk in already. Oh, look at that. Already that's starting to look a little bit more homely. So we're on the right track. I'm going to do it to this side as well. This piece in front here today, I think we're also going to maybe leave it to some extent. We'll make it look a little bit prettier, maybe even just put a blank wall until we eventually unveil the working room. But for now, I think that's going to work. So while we're at this, the next stage, once I've put this other piece in, is going to be getting the dome in, which I have been talking a lot about, but have not been building a lot about. And that's going to be me just ripping these blocks out and trying to build a neat kind of dome area inside of here. And it's going to be super simple. And before I put the leaves in, I'll show you guys, because it's kind of like an example of how you can build a simple Minecraft base and make it just a little bit better. This game is completely broken. I've just been building, as you can tell. There's blue. Actually, this blue is mine. I can take that blue. But I've just been building, and I come out to think that there's a villager above me, and bam, it's not a very good villager. Not looking too good. This game is totally busted. I don't know why they would have spawned directly, 20 blocks away from me? I've been doing a whole bunch of work in here. But here is the quick little update. Look at that. That's actually how I knew that they were there. It was right at the top. They're trying to get this dome going on. So this is the work in progress. I think I've got a good shape. I'm trying out a few different materials. Don't mind me, but I think it's got a little bit of a space kind of spaceship feel as I go in here, as if it's got like a little dome at the top there. But it should start changing once we start getting some leaves in here. And also the blue. I know it seems quite striking, but you gotta trust me here. It's gonna work. I can't help but like enjoy this big opening. Bam, like that. It's really good. All right, that's it. All right, we're over here in Pirate Land, which is the safest place to be in this world, and that is totally not right, but I don't know why. I've just never seen any of these guys spawn around here, so I think we're good. I think we're safe. And I want to get a little bit of an explanation over here because, of course, I said we're going to be hiding stuff behind a warehouse door, and I think that's not a very obvious thing of how it's going to work. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a rundown on how it's going to work. And I'm going to struggle here in survival, but at least survival has got a sort of idea. I want to do them a bit bigger than this, but like an idea of what the doors are going to almost look like. So here is the door for a warehouse that will be over there on the other side of the world. So this door over here will have these 2 blocks, and this is actually a storage room behind here, so don't mind that. But these 2 blocks over here will end up pulling away, and that will be what will be where we'll go in. So that'll be the door. And the way we're going to do that is with a few little sneaky bits of redstone. And let me tell you, I know I don't seem like the redstone kind of guy, but when I get it right, I love it. So I'm going to be trying my hardest to get a fairly simple old design. I'm sure a lot of the old, like absolutely old school Minecrafters around here will know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you probably still see them today, but not as much. This was like all the rage. Back in the day, you would have pistons. Pretend these 2 are pistons right here, right? So these 2 over here, the sea lanterns, well, all 4 of them are pistons facing in that direction. This one over here will be, I think they all have to be sticky pistons. These 2 will be facing in, well, ignore the direction, in that direction. And then your blocks that you're going to move, which will be the door, would be this one over here. So my plan is that what would happen is these 2 would get pushed out, and then this piston here would push these 2 blocks to here, if that makes sense. I know it's super confusing, but just picture the 4 sea lanterns, push it this way, this one pushes them that way. And people always used to do this and make 4x4 doors. So you'd have 2 there, and you'd just mirror this onto that side, and you would be able to make a cool little door. But I'm going to use this very super simple redstone that has worked for me millions of times, and I'm going to use it, and hopefully this will serve us well in this new place as well. I'm totally making something ridiculously simple, stupidly confusing. So here it is in creative, just because, as I say, I want this, don't look at the redstone. Really, all that is important is how we're going to make this over here, which is the door, be flush and hidden and work with the outside design and look good in the base. That's really all I'm here for. So this is the old school design. Now I think this does work if we do that. Yes. So you see this block over here would be the middle of that door that we just had. So we'd have it like this. And for instance, we would have just one of these around there. So that would be, just pretend that is the warehouse door. We would have some way of getting the signal to here. And let's check if, actually I might just have to do something like that. We'll just get rid of this over here for now. You can see it's open. But for instance, if we just went something like that and another one in there, we'd be able to hide the door, walk straight up to it, say it's a pressure plate, bam, open up, carry on, and you wouldn't even notice that there was a door there. So that's what I'm planning on doing, just to make it simple, because there's really nothing special about what I'm doing. Although I have got a knack for making absolutely absurdly silly, stupidly easy redstone very, very difficult. We are currently on a block recovery mission, and right there, that is our very last block. This is going to be beautiful, actually. Watch this. We go grab this one. It's going to go dark completely. I get that block. Got it. Beautiful. And we were 3 blocks short But luckily, I remembered I did the blue stuff all around here to mark this out in the last episode, and we've got the 3 for that. So just scraping by, and I think that was literally the very last 3 blocks that we had before I had to go make some more. So I was fully prepared for it, but of course we don't have to do it, which is great. So here we go. This is what we're looking at now, completely finished. We walk in, bam, it looks like it opens up really well. That's actually a very good thing. So what we need to do now, just to kind of crown it a little bit more, and as I said, the blue's going to be sticking out for now, but do not fear, it will not be for much longer. You leaves, or not leaves, seeds, go over there. Goodbye. I always land up with some seeds. And then when I need them, I wish I saved them all, but you know what? We're all right. That didn't open. Okay. Didn't have anything for me to get out of it. All right, so I needed some leaves, and this storage has seen its very last day as well after these, so I'm very excited to get these leaves in, get this stuff in the storage room. That's gonna be super exciting as well. Sun, hold up for a few minutes, please. There we go. All right, leaves inside of this over here. So here's my plan. We go and put a few of these in here. It's gonna look a little bit funky at first, but as soon as you, well, what am I doing using the word funky? I feel like I'm 10 years older than I am. But yeah, it's gonna look a little bit weird at first, but all of a sudden it's gonna start coming together. And yeah, let's check this out. All right, so there. Yeah, I need to put some more in. Bam, like that there. So, of course, that's a start, but you can see the blue is just not quite as obvious now. And of course, when we stop putting some more layers on, it's all just gonna work really, really well. I have ignored the sun, which was a bad idea, I can guarantee you that. But either way, we've got ourselves a very good looking base now. And here we go again. Leaves solve everybody's problems whenever you need them to. Look at that. Look at that. These leaves are amazing. I know it's nothing spectacular individually, but what they do is they fix up that super blueness and allow it to just kind of peek through here. Look at this. You see, it just makes this area look a little bit more bright, a little bit more exciting, I think. I mean, as I say, the point of this base is that the inside does not have to match the outside over there. This is completely just a survival base for the sake of making a survival base. And I feel like I'm sometimes being a little bit hard on myself doing that. I'm like, you know, I think we need to get some cooler angles here and all those sorts of things. But really, I think we were all good here. Also, by the way, don't ignore the diorite. Don't ignore it. It's beautiful. It's actually, I think it actually works. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. And then you've also got the little white mushroom block. Perfect. I love that over there. So as for the storage stuff now, I plan on making, well, I would actually plan on having item frames here, but item frames cause so much problems, well, so many problems and so much grief that I think we're going to have to stick to some signboards and, well, or just signs for people who play Minecraft and don't make up the words as you go, like I do. I think maybe if we put something like maybe a dark oak or even a birch, I know it seems like it will be very clashy, but a birch could work in here. And if both of those don't work, I guess there is a spruce for a reason. And while we are at it, we'll also put our staircase in here. I think it's going to go something like this, but it depends on how much space we need for that super overcomplicated, simple redstone door that I'm going to be putting in here. And do I have any blocks to put in there? Useless blocks. You are. Perfect. So how's that over there? Yeah, that's nice. So imagine that, just the exit, bam, straight out there. You come straight in here and you can go anywhere you want. That is perfect. I've brought some signs so we can give them a try here. I've also changed the color of the floor and we're probably going to go through a few different iterations, maybe go a bit away from the wood, maybe go a bit more into the wood. I think we've got a little bit too much wood around here, so we're probably going to change it. And I've got a little bit of a thing I want to test out for that over there. But before that, we have got some signs. Which ones do we like? We will not type anything there. We'll just go done like that. Apparently enter doesn't work. There we go. Done. Makes sense. Whoa. Spruce looks way more dark than what that looks over there. I thought it was way closer to spruce. So right there. Which one do I like? I mean, that's the oak. I didn't end up getting birch because there wasn't any... amazingly, there was no birch around me. I've left it all at the pirate base, but I would say... in a weird way, I would like to actually have them all. Maybe, well, we've got 5. Maybe we could do some sort of a thing like this. Yeah, that'll work. Either way, we'll do that there. The next thing we need to do is we want to change these. And I want to test how this looks with a bit of clay. So if we put the clay in here like that, there. Let's check what that looks like. Yeah, that's working. Well, I think once we get this whole area here working with this clay, it might just add a little bit more. Oh, is this Silk Touch? It is. Wonderful. There's not much worse than breaking one of those without Silk Touch. All right, so if we put these in here, there. It's a sign. I'm sorry, I had to do that. It was just, I couldn't. It was just going through my brain the whole time I was walking here. I had to do that. All right, there we go. How does that look? Yeah, that's good. Actually, very good. I knew there was going to be the day that it came to it where I would be able to find a thing that we could do with some normal clay blocks. And right here, I think the sun's going down. I think we have finally found it. Yeah, that is actually very good. I like it. It makes the area a little bit brighter. Also, it moves a little bit further away from the wood, and it's got a little bit of a blue color to it, so that works. So I think that would be a great time for us to go and call it, well, a good night, of course, with the episode. And of course, next episode, we'll be moving out into the outdoors again, the great outdoors, and hopefully getting this merged in with this over here, and we'll have that super overly complicated high-tech redstone door ready for us in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me here today. I have had a blast. I hope you guys have as well, and I will see you in the next one.